I hope this works. I really hope this works. This is cool, though. I like having a microphone in front of me. Am I in focus? Am I even in focus? Is this thing even focusing on me? Oh, jeez. Supercross is only like, I don't even know what day it is. It's Wednesday. Supercross is in like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3 days. Supercross is in 3 days. I wanted to try a video like this. I'm going to kind of give my opinion on what I think this season's going to be like. I want to kind of give my prediction on who's going to win in each class. It is probably going to be way wrong. I'm sure most of you watching this honestly know more than I do. I might be a professional, but I kind of suck at guessing. I'm probably going to be wrong. So I've got the entry list. Let's see. For 250s. Okay. I did do a little bit of notes. I kind of put who I think are the heavy hitters. The 250s, what are we on? What is this, West Coast? Yeah. West Coast is ridiculous. When I started looking at this pre-entry list, I was like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. This is gonna be really hard to decide who's gonna win. Because there's I have 7 people who I think could possibly win. I'm gonna go through first and kind of say who I don't think's gonna win. So I got Moseman. I think he's awesome. I know his mechanic decently well. He said that kid is unreal. I think he might win, but I don't think he's not gonna win championship. Who else I got? I got McAdoo. He's just going, or how is that how you say his name? McAdoo. That's what they say on TV, right? He's on pro circuit, I think. Man, I'm terrible at this. I shouldn't be doing this. I think that could be good. Mitch is very good at taking riders that you would never think could win a championship, and he turns them into champions. So who knows with him? But I don't think he will. But he could. Who knows? This season's crazy. What else I have? I have Hartranft. I don't think he's going to win championship. I think he could win a race. Obviously, he was ridiculous at straight rhythm. That was ridiculous. Maybe he's a 2-stroke guy. Maybe he should just ride a 250 2-stroke in the big bike class. I don't know. But I think he wants to prove something. He's kind of like Alex Martin, just got on a factory team first time, so he's got something to prove. I think he could do really well, but I don't think he's going to win championship, I also have Alex Martin on there. I think his biggest thing is he does that Suzuki. I just don't think they're champion bikes. I think he could also do really well. This is so hard. This season is insane. Okay, sorry. Back to Alex. I love Alex. I think he's awesome. But I think he needs to get off of Suzuki. I just don't think those bikes are capable of winning a championship. So I don't have him winning. Oh, I got Derek Drake and Mitchell Falk. They're both rookies, right? I think. I don't know. But I think they could do good, but not championship winner. Oh, I also have Oldenburg on there. I forgot to say that. Obviously, another really fast dude. Just not quite championship caliber. Now that we got that out of the way. So, did I put this in order of who I think's going to win? Definitely didn't. No. Okay. I'm just going to go through the list and I'll do my top 3 afterwards. So first, we got the defending champion, Ferrandis. He's pretty sick. I think there's a very, very high possibility that he wins this championship pretty easily because last year, obviously, him and Cianciarulo, when they were doing the shootouts and stuff, it didn't seem like anybody could touch either of those two dudes, not even Forkner. I think he's probably got the best chance of winning. I don't know. I can't think of anything like a reason why he wouldn't win. So he's probably going to win. But I'll come back to that. Okay, we got Jeremy Martin. Now, he honestly might not do as good as his brother Alex because, dude, that freaking back injury, that was so gnarly. So that could be a hindrance. He did pretty good at Monster Cup. So, what am I to say? I don't freaking know. I don't even know why I'm doing this video. I don't know anything. He's obviously not a Supercross guy. I think he's got something to prove. Obviously, he needs a 450 ride. He was supposed to have one. Then it went to Cooper. And Webb, not Justin Cooper. And I think he's got something to prove that it should have went to him maybe. So he might be pretty hungry. to get this championship. Who knows? Who else? Okay, next I have McElrath. I don't know how to say his name. I've always said McElrath, but they say McElrath on TV, so I don't. Okay, obviously, new team, new bike. I think those Yamahas are probably the best 250s out there. I mean, I rode a Yamaha myself for like a month, and I didn't like it that much, but there's something going on with those Star Yamahas that they are really good. Am I in focus? Am I even in focus? Is this thing even focusing on me? Oh, jeez. If I've been out of focus this whole time, I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to go back and record that. What is going on? Why is this thing saying my face is over there? I've been having a lot of problems with this computer. Okay, who are we on? Or computer camera. Who are we on? We're on McElrath. Okay, obviously, I think he is better at Supercross than he is outdoors. And didn't have the best outdoor season. He was sick at Budds Creek. I was there for that national. I didn't qualify. So I got to really watch him, and he was kind of untouchable. So, I mean, if he could bring that kind of confidence into the Supercross season, who knows? He could be the winner. Obviously, he's had speed before, so who am I to say he's not a winner? He could definitely win. I think, man, I don't know. I don't have anything. I don't have any cons. So, McElrath, you're sick, dude. You're a lot better than I am. I have Colt Nichols now. I grew up racing with Colt, so I think that's pretty cool that he is finally breaking out. He's kind of like Alex Martin, didn't start on any kind of factory team. Well, Cycle Trader, that's what he was on, right? Rock River, whatever you want to call it. He was doing pretty good on that, but now he's on Star Yamaha. He was doing sick last year. I don't really remember what happened to him. Did he get hurt? No. He just didn't quite keep it going. But he ran the red plate for a while. He's pretty dang good. Like McElrath, whatever. I think he might be better at Supercross than outdoors. That's going for him at least. I think that he still is kind of considered like an underdog, which could work in his favor or not. It could give him some motivation, or maybe it could make him feel like he's not supposed to win the championship. I don't think that's in his mind. I think he knows that he can win this championship, so I think he has a very good chance also. These Star guys, the Star Racing Yamaha, dude, they're gnarly. That'll be my one prediction, is that at least in West Coast, Star Yamaha will win the championship. Justin Cooper, golly, these freaking Star guys. This is gnarly. Yeah, there he is. Okay. I started reading my notes, and there's a lot of Star guys, and I feel like I was wrong, but I'm looking at the pre-entry list, and there they are. Ferrandis, McElrath, Nichols, Cooper, Yamaha. That's ridiculous. Okay, Justin Cooper. Obviously, the kid, if he wants to be, is the fastest 250 rider out there. He doesn't really make sense. And supposedly, he's a better 450 rider than he is a 250 rider. Kid's gnarly. I say kid. I think he's younger than me. He's got to be younger than me. I'm old. Yeah, like I said, if he wants to be on it, he's untouchable. Nobody can go as fast as him. So I think it all just depends on how his off season went, how he's feeling. I mean, that's how it is for all of these guys. So I don't know what I'm saying. But he's kind of been inconsistent from week to week. He can be the fastest guy and then not the fastest guy. I guess we'll see when time comes what he does. Another Star Racing Yamaha rider that I think has the potential to do really good. Okay, golly, how many more? Okay, we got Jordan Smith. I think his best thing is what I said about McAdoo. He's on pro circuit now, and Mitch is like the freaking GOAT of making riders into champions, at least 250 riders. For 450, that belongs to DeCoster, but whatever. We're talking about 250s. He's kind of like a veteran. He obviously needs to prove something because he will probably be moving up to 450s in the next couple years, if not next year. So he's really got it. He's got to get things going. He's got to win a championship. So he might be the most hungry out of all of them because he might be moving up the earliest. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, he's got ridiculous speed, but that speed can also hinder him pretty bad where he can crash hard. We saw at Vegas, what was that, 2017? He should have had the championship. And he wadded on that super fast park that they shouldn't have built. And then freaking Osborne took out Savaji. That was Savaji, however you say his name. There's too many names that I can't pronounce. That was insane. Okay, we're back to Smith. I don't think I have anything else to say besides that. Moving to pro circuit might be really, really, really good for him. So we'll see. Next, I got Christian Craig. He's probably the most interesting out of all of them because he's obviously the oldest. He just had that drug thing happen where he just got cleared to ride A1. Dude, he could come out of nowhere. I'll say this right now. I don't think he'll win the championship, but he could just be pissed coming in and just kill everybody because he's always had the speed that was just like right below the fastest dude. And now maybe he's the fastest dude. Who knows? So I think he could be a sleeper, but I don't think he'll win. I don't know. Okay, finally, I think this is probably the rider I'm most excited to watch. Jet Lawrence. The youngest one out there, barely 16. That's insane. I'm almost 10 years older than this kid. And I can't even qualify for a national. I've qualified for one in my life. This kid's 16 and probably could win the championship. I don't get it. He is probably going to be the new Chad Reed, him and his brother. Obviously, his speed is ridiculous because he's 16 and can keep up with all these guys. His technique, him and his brother, their technique is unreal. Hunter at, where were we? Paula? Fox Raceway, whatever. When I think it was him and Cianciarulo, right? Were battling. Dude, Hunter is sick. His technique is absolutely perfect. That's who, if you ever want to see how to ride a bike correctly, look at Hunter Lawrence and probably Jet Lawrence too, because they're good. Speaking of that, I'm going to make videos like that. I'm going to teach you how to ride like them, even though I can't even ride like them. I think Jet's biggest thing is obviously he's going to be a rookie, so who knows? He could wad himself first round and be out for the rest of the series, or he could win the first round. I don't know. But I think wow. I don't know how to talk. Okay. I think those are probably the 7 guys that will be fighting. I can't believe there's 7 in my list. That is insane. But I mean, time will tell. I mean, who is the fastest out of all of them? Who deserves the championship? Okay. Okay, guys. I just realized that I kind of messed up. I was looking at Racer X's pre-entry list with it not updated, and there is a very heavy hitter that I left out of the 250 class. Austin Forkner. So this kind of like jacked up my list. Like a lot. So I'll talk about Forkner now, and then I'll redo my list. So obviously Forkner is Forkner. Like, what else can I say about him? He could very well possibly be the fastest 250 rider right now. I know I said that he didn't have the speed of Ferrandis and Cianciarulo last year, and I think a big thing was that maybe his coast just wasn't quite as fast as theirs, so he didn't have anybody pushing him like Ferrandis and Cianciarulo were pushing each other. And I think that if he did, then he would have stepped his game up even more last year and could have been faster than both of those dudes. I really think so. And maybe at those shootouts, he just wasn't feeling it or something, and so he wasn't going as fast. But I think I would probably say, has a better chance of winning than anybody, even Ferrandis, the defending champ. His biggest thing, obviously, is that he just has to stay off the ground. We saw what happened to him last year. Kudos to him for gutting that out and trying to win a championship with a jacked up knee. That's pretty gnarly. So if he can stay off the ground this year, I'd say he probably wins the championship. I can't believe that I left this out. This changes my list. So my list beforehand was Ferrandis, then Cooper, then Jordan Smith, then Colt Nichols, and then Christian Craig. And I also just learned that Colt Nichols is out. I didn't know this either. I'm learning all kinds of new information. This would have been nice to know last night when I first made this video. But that's okay. I can do this pretty easily. So Obviously, Nichols is no longer in the list, so that brings it down to 4. And then Forkner's in. So my revised list is now, I think Forkner's going to win. I think he can beat Ferrandis. I think he can step his game up and be as fast or faster than Ferrandis, and I think he can get this championship. So I'm going to put Forkner first, and then Ferrandis second, and then Cooper third, Jordan Smith fourth, and Christian Craig fifth. So that's my new list. I guess now that this is done, I can go back to the other video. Stamp it. I'm so wrong. I can tell you right now, that is not going to be right. Not even close. I don't know why I'm doing this, because I know I'm not right. But I am so excited to find out. 3 days. I'll give a prediction at the end of the video of who I think is going to win each class. But we're not there yet. I'm not going to do 250 East yet, because that would make this video way too long. I'll do 250 East when the time comes, and then I can also review this video and see how close I am at that time. Moving on to the big boys, the 450s. We have just another stacked class. Like, dude, this is unreal. So looks like I have 6 dudes that I think could win the championship. And that's the thing. I had 7 dudes that I thought could win the 250 class. So just because I didn't put somebody in the top 5 doesn't mean that they can't win the championship. I think there's 7 dudes that could win it. And who knows? Those 7 dudes might not even win it. For the 450 class, I have 6 guys that I think could win it. So I'm just going to say, first, I'm getting cottonmouth because I'm getting nervous in front of the camera. Did I look weird like everybody else that drinks water in front of a camera? Probably. So just like the 250s, I'm going to say guys that I think are just going to be right there, but I don't consider them championship contenders. So I have Brayton. I think he's probably going to win a Supercross and break his own record of being the oldest dude. I think he's still somehow getting better, and he's back on factory Honda, which is huge. That's awesome. That's really cool. I like that a lot. But I just don't think he's not quite there to be considered a championship contender. I think he's awesome. I think all these dudes are awesome. That's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on anybody because I love all these dudes. I just don't quite think they're there. The next guy is Justin Hill. I think he's had a bad couple years. I don't think he trains hard enough. I think he said that himself, right? I could be talking. No, I might be wrong. But I think that getting off that Suzuki, sorry, I am a Suzuki hater. If you like Suzukis, I'm sorry, but I'm a Suzuki hater. They're the same bikes as from when I rode Suzukis in 2010, so I don't know what's going on there. Okay, sorry, Justin Hill, he's off Suzukis. He's on Moto Concepts, who I think is a great team. I really do. They could get some hate because of the Alessis and stuff, but I think those bikes are legit. I think you can win on them pretty easily, but I just don't think he's quite there yet. Maybe a rebuilding year, and then he could be considered a top 5 guy. But right now, not quite. I have Wilson on there. He's coming off of some kind of injury, right?
Let's show you the replay of what took place here first.
Well, this is you can see right top left of your screen, he cases that quad. The bike pitches him forward, and there is nothing that he can do.
Man, I am so out of the motocross scene. I need to get back into it. People were thinking he wasn't even going to race A1, right? Right, I think. So I think because of that, he's going to use this as a rebuilding year also. He has a bad habit of just wadding himself at A1. He needs to just get through it and just finish the race. Doesn't matter if he's in last. Doesn't matter if he doesn't even make the main. Just get out healthy and then rebuild. And because of that, I think he's not going to be at that point. Okay, I have Malcolm Stewart on there too. I think he is just, I could be wrong. I honestly could be wrong. He could definitely win. He'll probably win at least a race. At least one, if not 2. Maybe 3, maybe 4, 5. Like I'm saying with all these other dudes, I just don't think he's right there. I love the Stewarts. Malcolm was a little bit older than me. I didn't get to race him that much, I don't think. But he's from the same era as me. He was only like a year or 2 older, so I like Malcolm a lot. I hope him the best. I hope he can someday win a championship and prove that his 250 championship was not because he was in an easy class or something stupid, because he definitely deserved that. Same with Bogle. Bogle needs to be up there too. He needs to get going. I did grow up racing with Bogle, so I got a soft spot in my heart for Bogle. Okay, last out of all these dudes that are just right there, I have Barcia. I think Barcia has way more talent than he's been showing the past few years. It's that dang Yamaha. Yamaha 450s and Suzukis, I don't think are good bikes. Don't like Europeans ride a completely different bike, like completely different frame and everything than the Yamaha, the 450 that comes stock. I think that's saying something. Nobody else? Okay, sorry. Barcia needs to get off Yamaha, needs to get back on a Honda, because that's when he was that's when he was Barcia. Well, that's when Barcia was Barcia. This video is going to be really long, so I need to get going. So those are the guys that I think are very close, but they're just not quite there yet. All right, now the 6 dudes, actually this is in order, so I'm going to go out of order. Why'd I put this in order? Okay, first we're going to go defending champion, Cooper Webb. I think him going to KTM was probably the best thing for his career. I think his career was going down quickly when he was on a 450. Again, on a Yamaha. And again, I'm just being a Yamaha hater. I'm sorry. Yamaha 450 hater. Obviously, he's got probably the most confidence out of anybody because he's last year's champion. He's had a full year under his belt with KTM and Alden and that whole program, so he could just be a monster coming into this season like he was when he was on 250. He's just untouchable. Like, not only the most consistent dude, but the fastest guy. He really could. Last year, he was fast, but for pure speed, I don't think he was quite the fastest, so that could be a con for him. And also championship pressure. We've seen it in years past that dudes just can't quite handle it. I think he would be fine. I think he's got a champion mentality. I don't think he likes to lose, so I don't think that will do too much to him, but it could. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Tomac. Now, I did see the whole power ranking thing from Supercross. I think it's kind of weird that they put Tomac first. They did do that, right? They put him above Webb? Really? I don't think Tomac's going to win probably a Supercross Championship at all. He should. Dude, he is the fastest man on the planet. I don't care what anybody says. If you put him on his perfect bike where he's feeling it that day, and you put Hurlings on a bike that he's feeling that day, and as long as it's not on a sand track, I think Tomac's got Hurlings. Especially on a Supercross track, dude. He's definitely the fastest Supercross rider. But he rarely gets into that mode. That's the thing. Hurlings is always in that mode, so he's probably the fastest man on the planet. And Tomac is in that mode like 1 out of every 5 races, if that. I don't know. I don't feel like he has the mentality of a champion. He seems to be okay with losing, which the previous champions weren't. Especially somebody like Carmichael, the best champion, the GOAT. There's those Great Outdoors movies, and in the second one, when he gets beat by Wyndham, and it's like the first time in 2 years that he's been beat, and he's pissed because he got second.
Hello, my name is Ricky Carmichael. I was beat 2 races in a row. Prepare to die.
That's the mentality that Tomac should have. Tomac should be the fastest guy out there every day. All day, every day. But he's not. Because he's just not quite there. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. And then added on to that, he's got a baby on the way, which I guess could be a good thing. It could motivate him. To actually do good. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they have a kid and it just motivates them to really, really go because they got to provide for him and stuff. And then other people, it's like a distraction, so it's not good. Well, I think for Tomac, especially because if you kind of do the due date and stuff, she's due right at the end of the season. So you get what I'm saying? I don't think he's going to be there mentally at the end of the season to win a championship. I think it's going to be another one that he's not going to win. Sorry, I'm being a Tomac hater. That's probably the one rider that I can be a hater on sometimes. I'm sorry. I grew up racing with him, and he was always the kid at the Nationals that would just he would win. No matter what, he would just win. He seemed like, as an amateur, he was so mentally strong and a champion, and just something has changed as he's gotten older, and he's like okay with losing now, and that's what kind of bothers me. I gotta move on, or else this video is gonna be really long. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Roczen. I think Roczen has a very, very good chance of winning. I think if he really did get his whole health thing figured out, whatever's going on with him, his energy issues and stuff, if his arms are feeling strong again, I think he could be insanely good. Like, insanely good. Almost back to where he was, when he was like, unreal how fast he was. Obviously, he's hungry to win a championship. He hasn't won a 450 Supercross Championship like Tomac hasn't, right? I don't think Tomac has. No, he hasn't. Obviously, he wants one. The dude won a freaking GP at 15 years old. Like, he's used to winning. He's used to winning. Fun fact, he came out to my track before the Colorado donations. Obviously, if he never got those health things figured out, then he might not. But I really do think he did. I think, if anything, he took a lot of the offseason off to try to get his body healthy again. And, dude, having that kind of trauma to your arms, your body's got to be freaking out. So any type of little illness, I feel like his body's just got to shut down almost, because it's so wound up tight, just ready to make him sick. Because, dude, that is, just think about what his body had to go through to heal his arm, to even be able to use it. Like, his body, I feel, is in perpetual protection mode of that. And if something triggers it to where his body is no longer healthy, it, like, shuts down. That's what I'm guessing. But could be talking out of my ass. I don't know. But yeah, if he can ride like he did before and he's got consistency, he's going to be unbeatable. Okay, who else do I have? All right, I got Anderson. Now, Anderson, I think, could be as hungry as Roczen, because I think he feels, maybe, and I know some people think this, that his championship wasn't a legit one because people were getting hurt and all that stuff, and he never got to back it up. Like, he never got to defend it. So I think that he feels like this season is his defending season. Like, I feel like he's going to go into this thinking that he's the Supercross champion because he never got a chance to actually defend his title. So I think he could come into this just freaking smoking because he thinks that he needs to prove something. And he might need to prove something. But I think that could be his biggest thing, is if he can go into this championship thinking that he's the defending champion because he didn't get to defend it last season, I think that could be pretty good for him. For his cons, I guess, consistency can be an issue, and he can, like, speed is sometimes not always there. Just needs to be a little faster, but really none of these guys have that many cons. They just are freaking gnarly. Okay, I got Osborne too, his teammate, training partner. I think that I think last year was probably a pretty good year for him. I don't even remember his results last year, to be honest. But he obviously on a 250 was super gnarly. His story is crazy. Like, he's so much older than you think he is because he spent so much time in Europe, so much time in the 250 class, and I think he needs to prove that he belongs on a 450. And I wonder if, like, him being on a 350 would be any different. I don't know. These dudes are so strong. They're in such good shape. It doesn't matter what bike they're on. They're going to be fast. So I don't think that's a problem for him being too small. He can't be any smaller than Carmichael was. Is he? Obviously, it's his second year, so he's had a building year, so he could just be super gnarly. Like I said, he's a small dude, and then I think sometimes he can push a little too hard and be too out of control, and he may wad himself. I don't know. I think he could be really good too. All these dudes, like I said, I don't even know why I'm doing this, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna crawl over and die. I just messed up my hair. Great. Okay, last but certainly not least, Well, I mean, maybe. I have Cianciarulo on the list too. Obviously, on a 250, his last year, he was unreal. Should have won a Supercross Championship, but he was just, those dudes just don't know how to slow down. And so literally all he had to do was when he went over that little double at Vegas and saw he wasn't going to land in the little worn down part that everybody else was landing on, if he would have just landed half throttle instead of wide open, he would have been fine. But these guys, they don't know how to go slower. So as a slow pro's perspective, you got to calm down sometimes and just make sure you don't crash at least. Because he had it. He had the championship. And then no, he had to just go. You just had to go for it. And it didn't work. So I think that's what he needs to learn how to do maybe. That's what all these guys should learn how to do. Because they all just try to go so fast. I don't know. I don't even know how you mentally get into that mode to just need to go faster and faster and faster. It obviously hasn't worked for me. I think a good thing for him is that he's finally on a 450 because he's my size. He's even a little bit heavier than I am, which is so ridiculous because he was always a little younger than me, and he was tiny all his life. He was so small. Didn't matter if he was the oldest dude in the class. He was so small. So for him to be 6'1" like I am and 170 pounds, which is like 5 pounds heavier than me, maybe he's like 175 now. I don't know. I can't believe he's as big as me now. That's ridiculous. It's good that he's on a 450 now because I've coming from experience. Yeah, it's just good that he's on a 450 now. And from what I've seen in off-season stuff, he looks amazing. Like amazing. I think the biggest thing is that he's just Adam freaking Cianciarulo, like a child prodigy. Should have been the next GOAT. I have my own theory on what happened, and it's probably completely wrong, but I think Alden did something to him that jump-started his puberty and things started growing really weird, and that's why his shoulder, like he talks about the golf ball on the tee, that the golf ball was way too big, his shoulder was, and that's why it was dislocating so easy. I think things were just growing at different rates, and that's just my theory. I could be completely wrong. I think something happened when he was at Alden, and that's not why he's with him anymore. But I could be wrong, could be completely wrong. But I think his biggest thing is he's going to be a rookie. Obviously, he's already won his first 450 race. He won Monster Cup, just like he won his first ever 250 Supercross. But he also has shown that he can crash really hard at times, so that rookie 450 mentality might bite him. I think that's the biggest thing that's going to hamper him, is this being a learning year and him needing to adjust to the bigger bike. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have as a con, is that he can be pretty out of control at times. Moment of truth. I've talked about which guys I think are championship contenders, but now I got to put them in order. So this time I did actually put them in order first. So good job, Tyler. Okay, so in sixth, I have Cianciarulo. I don't want to. I really didn't want to, but I put him in sixth. I think him being a rookie, he's going to have a hard time adjusting to these guys' speed. I think when you jump from a 250 to a 450, especially at the top level, I can't comprehend how fast they're going. They're fast. So I think he's going to have a hard time adjusting to that level. Not a hard time, but it's going to take him a little bit. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to take him a little bit. So he's not going to be able to beat these dudes, but he's going to be right there. He's definitely going to win at least one Supercross, for sure. And then fifth, I have Osborne. I really didn't want to put him fifth either. I want to put all these guys in the top three. Can I put every single one in top three? That would make me happy. I'm sure it'd make them happy if they watch this, but they're not going to watch this. I have 414 subscribers. They're not going to watch this. Yeah, Osborne, I don't know why, but I'm putting him fifth. And I'm putting Anderson fourth, and I wish I could put him in third, but I don't know why, but I'm putting him in fourth. And then I have Tomac third. I think he's going to win probably quite a few races, but he's going to be super inconsistent for others. And I think the top two, which you can probably figure out who I think are the top two guys are, I think they're going to be so consistent that it's going to be hard to beat them. So second, I have Webb, because I think Roczen might be just unreal this year. I just have a feeling that he's going to be so good that's going to blow everybody away because of where he was at just a few years ago. That's my prediction. I truly hope so, because I like Roczen a lot. He's just a good dude. Everybody loves him. And I think he deserves it. I think everybody would just love if they could see the comeback of Roczen. It would be one of the greatest comebacks in sports. What comeback is better than that? Tiger Woods? Maybe. Maybe. There's one crazy thing that I wanted to address, and that is that since Dungey has retired, the champions have been so inconsistent. Is that what the word you should say? Inconsistent. Okay, I gotta look this up because it's crazy. It's really crazy. Okay, sorry, my camera just died. How long have I been recording this? Okay, so if you go to Vegas, 2016, where does it say it? Oh, okay. 2017? Okay, so 2017 was not the best year for Dungey. Okay, this is kind of my point is not working. Well, all I was going to say is that if you go back and you look at like Villapoto and Dungey and Carmichael and Stewart and all these dudes when they won their championships, gosh, this is pissing me off. Their average finish was like 1 point something. Okay, let's get a calculator out. Do I have a calculator anywhere? Ahaha! Got a calculator. Battery's dead. Another calculator! 4 plus 1 divided by what, 17 rounds? Dang it! 2.4. My theory is not working. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to figure this out later and put that into a video. So, just completely forget what I just said. This is what I think. So, I have Roczen first, Webb second, Tomac third, Anderson fourth, Osborne fifth. That's my top 5 for the 450s. And for the 250s, okay, it's me again. Obviously, I'm saying my lists right now of who I think is going to win. It's the end of the video. So, I'm just going to say, instead of the list that I had last night, it is Forkner, Ferrandis, Cooper, Smith, Craig. Okay? So that, is this not focusing on me again? Oh, if that wasn't focusing on me again, I'm going to be a little upset. This camera has been giving me problems all night. That's my top 5 for each class. I want to hear what you guys think. So, in the comments, because this will be out before A1. So, in the comments, I want to see what you guys have for your top 5 in each class. Don't do the East Coast yet, because I want to go into that without hearing anybody's. So, don't do East Coast. Just do West Coast and 450s of what you think the top 5 for each class are going to be at the end of the championship. I want to hear. Oh, I guess I got to say who I think is going to win A1. I think Cianciarulo is going to come out swinging at A1, and then he might have some problems after that. And then in the 250s, I think... Okay, me one more time. This is me one more time. I had said that Ferrandis was going to win Anaheim 1, but I'm changing that. I think Forkner's coming out strong. I think he's probably going to kill everybody. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Okay. This is the last time you're going to see me. So back to me yesterday. Man, this is too much brain power for one night. I'm like losing mental focus quickly. It's almost 11 o'clock. I was going to film this like an hour ago and then be in bed by now. But the camera didn't want to cooperate, so it didn't work. But yeah, so do all that. Tell me who you think's going to win A1, who's going to win the championship in each class. Oh my gosh, what was that? I think I just sucked down a dust bunny. Let me know what you think about this video too. I want to do more of these because this is kind of fun. Sitting down, talking in front of the camera. Let me know your opinion. And like the video. Freaking subscribe. Most of my viewers out there aren't subscribing. I can see that. I see that metric. It's like 90% of my watch time is not from subscribers. Hit that sub button. Sub. I want you to sub. It'll make me very happy and you'll be my friend. Okay. Let me know what you think about the video and I'll probably see you in a couple days. I'll come back and I'll do a video like this again after A1 and get my thoughts on it. So, yeah. See ya.